Let's begin your adventures in dreamland. Soft, surreal, and slightly cheeky sleep stories with awe and wonder. I'm Serene, your guide tonight. In a world of noise and endless options, you chose stillness with me. That means a lot. Dreamland floats across the world each night. Tell our community where we landed. And if you're vibing with Dreamland, a like and a subscribe tells the algorithm, hey, share the awe with others. And we know the world could use more wonder, more metaphysical, more of the unseen than the seen. We've forgotten we're spirit first, matter second. And if brushing your teeth didn't happen tonight, don't worry, you can still drift off with a clean conscience. Now, we return to what we are. Sleep isn't an escape. It's a temporary return, one we can't always access or remember. In the sleep state, the senses soften, the ego fades, and what remains is more of who you truly are. We forget our names, bodies, nationalities, possessions, and frailties. We unconsciously enjoy the great freedom that is native to the soul. Pure awareness, curiosity, and at the deepest fundamental level, in both physics and spirit, we are made of light, untouched by time, existing outside of it, free, a wave in the ocean of being. So let go. You are returning to your purest form, freedom. Your story begins. The Hotel Between Seasons is episode 61 and resides in our DreamScapes playlist, where we enjoy surreal adventures for sleep. One, the postcard. You find it in a drawer you don't remember opening. A postcard, old, soft at the edges, the kind of thing that should smell like your grandmother's attic and forgotten summers. The image on the front is a hotel, cozy, glowing, nestled among trees that can't seem to agree on what time of year it is. You look closer. The trees are changing, actually changing, right there on the cardstock. One moment, they're heavy with snow, branches bowing under white. Then the snow melts into blossoms, pink and white, bursting like slow fireworks. Then the blossoms darken into green, lush and full, summer at its peak. Then gold, amber, crimson, autumn bleeding through like watercolor, before the snow returns and the whole thing starts again. You blink. You rub your eyes. The postcard keeps cycling, patient and impossible. Okay, you think. So I'm hallucinating. That's fine. This is fine. You flip it over. The back is mostly blank. No stamp, no message, no explanation. Just an address written in handwriting that looks like it's been waiting a long time to be read. The Hotel Between Seasons, where the year rests between. That's it. No city, no country, just between. You should put it down. You should go to bed like a normal person and forget about the magical postcard that is clearly a sign you need more sleep. But your fingers won't let go. The cardstock is warm, warmer than it should be, and it smells like something impossible. Wood smoke and apple cider and fresh rain and cut grass, all at once. Every season you've ever loved, held in your hands. Your eyes grow heavy. The postcard glows softly, or maybe that's just your vision blurring. You lie back. When did you lie down? And the smell wraps around you like a blanket made of October afternoons and January fires and May mornings and August twilights. The postcard rests on your chest, rising and falling with your breath. And then you're there. 2. The lobby, winter. You're standing in a doorway, not walking through it, not approaching it, just suddenly there, as if the universe skipped the commute and dropped you directly into arrival. The door behind you is heavy oak, frosted at the edges with actual frost. And when you look back, through its window you see snow falling in fat, lazy flakes against a sky the color of old silver. But inside is warmth. The lobby of the hotel between seasons unfolds before you like a hug from someone you forgot you missed. It's winter in here, but the good kind. The kind that exists in memory more than reality. A fireplace dominates the far wall, massive and stone, flames crackling with the enthusiasm of a fire that has never once been asked to stop. The mantel is draped in evergreen boughs, and stockings hang from hooks that look like they've been waiting years for this exact moment. The smell hits you next. Pine needles, wood smoke, cinnamon, and something baking. Cookies, maybe, or bread, or whatever your childhood called home. Through the tall windows, snow continues to fall, but it never accumulates, never piles up, never buries anything. It just falls, endlessly, beautifully, like the sky is gently reminding you that quiet still exists. A concierge stands behind a desk made of dark wood and brass fittings, polished to a glow that suggests centuries of careful hands. They look up as you approach, their face warm, their eyes crinkling at the corners, like they've been expecting you. "Welcome," they say. Their voice sounds like hot cocoa tastes. "We've been holding your room." You want to ask how. You want to ask why. You want to ask a lot of things. But instead, what comes out is it always winter in here? The concierge smiles, only where it needs to be. The hotel is accommodating. They slide a key across the desk, brass, heavy, shaped like a leaf that can't decide what tree it came from. Your room is in the autumn wing, but please, Take your time. Explore. The seasons aren't going anywhere. They gesture toward a hallway to your left, where the light shifts from the blue-white of winter to something warmer, something golden. That's the thing about this place, the concierge adds softly. Time works differently here. You can have them all. Every season you've ever missed. Everyone you haven't met yet. A mug of hot cocoa appears on the desk. You don't see anyone make it. It's just suddenly there, steaming gently, waiting. You take it. It tastes like snow days, like being small and warm while the world was cold and big, like someone loved you enough to make sure you had mittens. You take another sip, and then you walk toward the golden light. 3. The hallway, the shift. The hallway doesn't transition, it flows. One moment you're walking on carpet that muffles your steps like fresh snow. The next, the texture changes beneath your feet, softer now, scattered with something that crunches faintly. You look down. Leaves, actual leaves, dry and golden, skittering across the floor as if blown by a wind that only exists at ankle height. The windows to your right show winter still, snow falling, evergreens frosted, a world held in silver and white. But the windows to your left have shifted. Through those, you see trees exploding with autumn color, a forest on fire with reds and oranges and yellows so bright they look like they're showing off. You stop. You stand in the hallway, winter on one side, autumn on the other, and the light meets in the middle, cool blue and warm gold, blending into something that doesn't have a name, but feels like peace. The air smells like wood smoke and apples and the particular crispness of the first day you need a jacket. Somewhere a clock ticks, but slowly, like it's taking its time, like it knows there's no rush here. You keep walking. The carpet changes again, now soft grass, cool and green, brushing the edges of your feet. Spring is creeping in from somewhere. You can smell it. Fresh rain, turned earth, the sweet promise of flowers that haven't opened yet, but will soon, any moment now. Through one window, you catch a glimpse of cherry blossoms drifting on a breeze. Through another, summer blazes, golden afternoon light, a lawn stretching toward a lake that sparkles like it's been waiting all year for someone to swim in it. The hallway shows you everything, every season, every version of the year, all held together by walls that don't seem to mind the contradiction. A door appears on your left. Brass numbers, 7. Your key feels warm in your hand. You don't remember which room you were assigned, but somehow you know, the way you know things in dreams, that this is yours. 7. Luck, maybe, or the number of days it takes to feel whole again. Or maybe the hotel just likes the way it sounds. You slide the leaf-shaped key into the lock. It turns with a sound like wind through branches, and the door swings open. 4. Your room, autumn, golden light, that's the first thing, the light. It pours through the window like honey, thick and warm and impossibly kind. The kind of light that only exists for about 20 minutes in the real world. That perfect golden hour before sunset. But here, it seems to have decided to stay forever. You step inside, and the room welcomes you. It's autumn in here. Not just decorated for autumn, not just themed, actually genuinely autumn, the way a place can be a season. The walls are warm wood, the color of cinnamon and oak. The floor is scattered with leaves that crunch softly underfoot, but never seem to make a mess, never pile up, just exist, perfectly placed, as if the room is composing itself like a painting. The window takes up nearly the entire far wall, and through it, a forest. A forest in peak autumn, trees blazing with every shade of fire the world knows how to make. Reds that look like they're blushing, oranges bright as afternoon sun, yellows soft as candlelight, and here and there, trees still holding on to green, not ready to let go yet, and somehow that makes it more beautiful. The in-between, the almost, the becoming. Leaves drift past the window in slow motion, taking their time, falling the way things fall when there's nowhere to be. The bed sits against one wall, enormous, piled with quilts in rust and gold and deep burgundy. The kind of quilts that look like they were made by someone's grandmother, and blessed by the concept of coziness itself. The pillows are fat and soft, sinking gently under their own weight, waiting to sink gently under yours. You move toward it almost involuntarily and sit on the edge. Oh, the mattress holds you exactly right. Not too soft, not too firm, just the precise amount of give that makes your body remember what relaxation feels like. The quilts smell like cinnamon and wood smoke, and the particular warmth of being loved in small, quiet ways. On the bedside table, a candle flickers, apple and maple, and something spiced. A book rests beside it, no title on the spine, but when you pick it up and flip to a random page, the words are exactly what you needed to read. You don't remember what they say, but they land somewhere soft. A small card leans against the candle, handwritten in ink, the color of autumn leaves. This room was made for you. Stay as long as you like. The leaves will wait. You look back at the window. The forest blazes on. A single leaf presses against the glass, as if saying hello. You could stay here forever, but the hotel has more to show you. 5. The rooftop garden. Spring. You find the stairs at the end of the hallway, a spiral of wrought iron wrapped in ivy that shouldn't be alive indoors but very much is. The ivy blooms as you climb, tiny white flowers opening in your wake like the staircase is pleased to have company. At the top, a door, glass, fogged with condensation, warm to the touch. You push it open, and spring breathes into you. The rooftop garden is impossible, but then again, everything here is. It stretches further than the hotel's footprint should allow, a sprawling Eden of blooming things. Cherry trees heavy with blossoms, their petals drifting like pink snow. Tulips in every color the word spring has ever meant. Wisteria draping from trellises, purple and fragrant and absolutely showing off. The air smells like rain, but the good kind, the kind that's just finished falling, leaving everything clean and new. You can taste it on your tongue. Petrichor, possibility, the earth waking up and stretching after a long sleep. Birds sing from somewhere in the branches. Not a recording, not a meditation app. Real birds, or whatever passes for real in a place like this. They're harmonizing, almost, like they've been rehearsing. You walk deeper into the garden, following a path of stepping stones that seem to place themselves exactly where your feet want to land. Bees drift past, lazy and golden, humming a frequency that vibrates somewhere pleasant in your chest. A butterfly lands on your shoulder, considers you briefly, then moves on. You've been assessed and approved. A soft rain begins to fall. But here's the thing. It doesn't make you wet. It falls all around you. You can see it, hear it pattering on leaves and petals and stone. But it passes through you like a blessing. Like the rain knows you're a guest and wants to include you without inconveniencing you. Spring is polite like that, says a voice. You turn. A gardener kneels nearby, hands deep in soil, surrounded by seedlings that seem to be growing visibly, reaching toward the light in real time. They look up at you with a smile, dirt-smudged cheeks, eyes the color of new leaves. Doesn't want to ruin anyone's visit, just wants to feed the flowers. They pat the soil gently. Everything blooms here. Eventually, no rush. You nod, because that makes sense here. You find a bench, white wrought iron, cushioned with moss that's somehow soft and dry, and sit. The rain continues to not fall on you. The birds continue their concert. A cherry blossom lands in your lap, perfect and pink. You breathe in. Spring fills your lungs, hope and growth, and the feeling of almost. The feeling of not yet, but soon. The feeling of every good thing that's ever been about to happen. You close your eyes, and for a moment, you are a seed in warm soil, just beginning to reach toward the light. 6. The back porch. Summer. You find it by accident, or maybe the hotel finds it for you. A screen door at the bottom of a staircase. You don't remember descending. It creaks when you push it open. That specific creak of summer screen doors everywhere. The sound of going outside, of bare feet on warm wood, of a world that isn't air-conditioned and doesn't want to be. The back porch stretches out before you, wide and wooden. The planks, sun-bleached and smooth, from decades of footsteps. A ceiling fan turns lazily overhead, stirring air that's warm and thick and sweet. The kind of heat that doesn't assault you, just holds you, like a hug from someone who runs warm. Beyond the porch railing, summer. Endless, golden, eternal summer. A lawn stretches toward a tree line that shimmers in the heat. Fireflies are already beginning to blink at the edges, even though the sun is still up, a sun that sits at permanent golden hour, the kind of late afternoon light that makes everything look like a memory, even while it's happening. A hammock sways between two posts, empty, waiting. A glass of lemonade sweats on a small table beside it, ice cubes clinking softly, condensation rolling down the glass, like the drink is as relaxed as you're about to be. You don't remember ordering lemonade. You didn't need to. You settle into the hammock. It catches you perfectly, cradling your body in that specific way hammocks do when they're not trying to flip you onto the ground. The fabric smells like sunshine and cut grass in someone's backyard in 1985. You take a sip of lemonade. It tastes like childhood, tart and sweet, and slightly too much sugar, the way you liked it before anyone told you that was wrong. Somewhere in the distance, you hear a lawnmower, not close enough to be annoying, just close enough to be atmosphere. The sound of someone else doing work while you do absolutely nothing. The perfect summer soundtrack. Children's laughter drifts from somewhere you can't see. A sprinkler hisses. A dog barks once, joyfully, chasing something wonderful. The fireflies multiply as you watch, blinking their slow Morse code of contentment across the lawn. The sun doesn't set. It just keeps holding at that perfect angle, that perfect warmth, that perfect moment when the day is tired but not finished, when there's still time for one more game, one more swim, one more chapter of whatever you're reading. You rock the hammock gently with one foot. You don't think about anything. That's the gift of summer, isn't it? The permission to stop, to melt, to become nothing more than a warm body in a hammock, watching fireflies blink, listening to a world that doesn't need anything from you. You take another sip of lemonade. The ice hasn't melted. The glass is still cold. Summer, here, takes care of the details. 7. The dining room. All seasons at once. The dining room finds you when you're ready for it. You're not sure how you got here. One moment you were in the hammock. The next you were walking through a doorway you don't remember entering. But that's how the hotel works. You're learning. It delivers you where you need to be, and your job is just to arrive. The room is long and warm, lit by chandeliers made of antlers and candles, and what might be icicles, though they don't drip. A table stretches from one end to the other, not a formal banquet table, more like a farmhouse table that dreamed big. Mismatched chairs line both sides, each one different, each one somehow perfect. And the windows. The windows are the thing. Each one looks out on a different season. To your left, winter, snow falling softly against glass, a frozen lake glittering in the distance. Straight ahead, spring, cherry blossoms mid-dance, a meadow waking up green. To your right, summer, that endless golden afternoon, fireflies beginning their show. And behind you, you turn to check, autumn, of course, the forest blazing its slow fire against a sky the color of honey. The table is set for dinner, but not a single dinner. 4 dinners, arranged in quarters like a pie chart of the year. By the winter window, a bowl of rich stew, steam rising, crusty bread on the side, a mug of something warm and spiced. By the spring window, a bright salad of greens and edible flowers, a soft cheese, honey drizzled in golden threads. By the summer window, fresh corn, tomatoes still warm from the vine, watermelon cut into smiling triangles, a glass of iced tea clinking with contentment. By the autumn window, pie. Apple, probably, though it might be pumpkin, or maybe it's both, or maybe it's the platonic ideal of pie that encompasses all pies that ever were or will be. It smells like cinnamon and butter, and the reason people invented the phrase comfort food. Other guests sit scattered along the table. You didn't notice them at first. They have the quality of people who've been here a long time, who've become part of the furniture in the best possible way. An old man by winter, spooning stew, nodding at something only he can hear. A young woman by spring, reading a book, flowers tucked behind her ear. A family by summer, children kicking their feet, laughing at nothing, laughing at everything. No one tells you where to sit, so you sit everywhere. A bite of stew, rich and warm, the taste of being taken care of. A forkful of salad, bright and alive, the taste of beginning. A slice of watermelon, sweet and dripping, the taste of not caring about the mess. And pie, of course, pie, the taste of gratitude, of harvest, of having enough. You eat slowly, the candles flicker, the seasons turn outside each window, patient and eternal. When you're finished, you're not full, you're complete. There's a difference. 8. The night walk. The hotel at night is a different creature. Not darker, exactly, just softer. The edges blur, the light becomes gentler, coming from candles and fireplaces, and the kind of glow that exists only when the world is ready to sleep. You wander, not looking for anything, just moving, letting your feet decide where to go. The hallways welcome you, different now, hushed, the seasons in the windows dim to their nighttime versions. Through one window, winter moonlight on snow, the world turns silver and shadow, impossibly still. Through another, a spring night garden, flowers closed for dreaming, and nightingales singing somewhere in the dark. Through a third, summer stars, thick as spilled sugar. Fireflies still blinking, but slower now, sleepier, like even the light is ready for bed. Through the last, autumn dusk, the forest silhouettes black against a sky of deep purple and orange, a harvest moon rising fat and golden above the trees. You pass the lobby. The fire still crackles, but lower now, embers more than flames. The concierge is gone, or maybe just invisible, resting, trusting the hotel to take care of things while they sleep. You pass the rooftop door, still warm, still promising spring. You pass the screen door to summer, still creaking faintly in a breeze that doesn't exist. The hotel breathes around you. Not literally, not quite, but almost. The walls seem to settle, the floors seem to sigh, and you realize that this place is alive in its own way. Not awake, not conscious, but alive. The way a forest is alive, the way a year is alive, growing, changing, holding everything at once. You trail your fingers along the wallpaper. It shifts from snowflakes to flowers to seashells to falling leaves under your touch, responsive and gentle, like the hotel is saying hello back. A clock chimes somewhere, not an alarm, not an announcement, just a reminder, a soft suggestion that perhaps, maybe, whenever you're ready, there's a bed waiting. Your bed, your autumn room, your leaves still falling outside the window. Patient as ever, you turn, and the hallway gently guides you home. 9. Returning to your room. The door to room 7 is already open. Not all the way, just a crack, golden light spilling out like the room couldn't wait to see you again. You push it gently, and the warmth welcomes you back. The candle is still flickering on the nightstand. The book is still open to a page that makes sense only here. And the bed, the glorious, impossible, exactly right bed, is waiting. Someone has turned it down. The quilts are folded back in a perfect triangle, revealing sheets that look soft as whispered secrets. A small chocolate rests on the pillow, unwrapped, dark, the kind that melts the moment it touches your tongue. Beside it, a handwritten note, "Sweet dreams. All 4 seasons will be here when you wake." You eat the chocolate. It tastes like autumn midnight, rich and dark and deeply, perfectly content. Through the window, the forest glows. The moon has risen here too. That same harvest moon from the hallway, fat and golden, hanging low above the trees like it's keeping watch. The leaves continue their slow dance, catching moonlight as they fall, each one a small goodbye that doesn't feel sad. You undress, or maybe you're already in pajamas, soft and warm, the kind you forgot you owned. Dream logic, you don't question it. You pull back the covers. The sheets are cool at first, then warm, then exactly the temperature your body has been asking for all day, all week, all year. The mattress remembers you from earlier, adjusts itself even more perfectly, becomes less like a bed and more like being held. The pillows, oh, the pillows, they sink beneath your head like clouds that took a master class in support. Not too flat, not too fluffy, just right, in the way that Goldilocks could never have imagined because she was thinking too small. These pillows weren't made for a category. They were made for you, your specific neck, your particular way of sleeping, the exact dreams you're about to have. You pull the quilts up. Layers of warmth settle over you. Rust and gold and burgundy, the colors of falling leaves, the weight of being loved in soft, heavy ways. The candle dims itself, because of course it does. The room holds you, and outside the window, the leaves keep falling, keep glowing, keep whispering their ancient lullaby of letting go. 10. Sleep and home. Your eyes grow heavy. The room softens at the edges, the way rooms do when you're drifting. The golden light becomes amber, becomes honey, becomes warmth without color, just feeling. You feel the hotel around you, not just your room, but all of it. The winter fire crackling low in the lobby, the spring rain falling soft on the rooftop garden, the summer fireflies blinking their slow goodnight, the autumn leaves, your leaves, tumbling past your window like dreams that forgot to stay inside. All 4 seasons, all at once, all yours. You don't have to choose between them. That's what the hotel taught you tonight. You don't have to pick one version of beautiful and let the others go. You can hold them all. The coziness of winter, the hope of spring, the freedom of summer, the golden peace of autumn. They live in you already. They always have. The postcard rests somewhere, maybe your pocket, maybe the nightstand, maybe nowhere and everywhere. It doesn't matter. You found the place it was pointing to. You stayed. You'll remember the way back. Your breath slows. The quilt rises and falls. And somewhere between the falling leaves and the falling asleep, the hotel releases you, gently, kindly, the way all good places let you go when it's time. When you wake, you'll be home, your own bed, your own room, your own season, whatever it happens to be. But something will be different. The window will look a little more beautiful. The air will smell a little more alive. And somewhere in your chest, tucked between heartbeats, You'll carry a warmth that wasn't there before, a small, glowing ember of a place where all the seasons live together, waiting for you to visit again. The hotel between seasons, where the year rests, where you are always welcome. You are safe. You are warm. You are held by winter and spring and summer and fall. Sweet dreams. Good night.